Hello there, this is Cookies. I've got turn 16 of EA Muspelheim as part of Lucid's tournament. We did find a magic site. We got a Garden of Bones, so we got a Death Gem. We've had pretty bad luck site searching compared to test games, but we're finally starting to get a couple of hits. And we have 3 battles, so let's see how we do. 2 Spruce Forest. No chariots here to worry about. Just some monkeys. Okay, so we clean that up. In Donnermark, we ping the siege here. It turns out it's just a few furbolg. So where did the army go? It went to Satala. Alright. However, the Fomorian king that we saw in the scouting report last turn is not here. So we've got 3 parties of sacreds, 15 in total. Right. Okay. I'm not sure if... I think he's just relying on the enlarged bless, or does he have his prophet here? He does have his prophet here. So we can see his bless, and it is awareness, heroism, larger, blood surge, and blur. Pretty cool set of bless, like bless things. Really based around increasing survivability for the giants. So larger, you get more hit points, a little bit of stats. Blood surge, you get a bunch of stats when you kill something. Heroism, you get more experience, which gives you stats. And blur and awareness keep your defense reasonably high and lower enemy attack values. This particular prophet picked up legendary cruelty, which is pretty cool. So he's got a fear aura. But in terms of these unmarked, they're already at 4 experience stars, so let's go ahead and see them. So they've got 17 defense, unsurroundable 2, and they've got blur, but I've got true sight, so the blur isn't going to help against my giants. So effectively, they have 17 defense with unsurroundable 2, which is super good for this early in the game, especially for experience stars. They've got 281 XP on this guy. And let's see how we do. So we have giants on the left flank. We have Huskarls on the right. And we have some archers. Now, as a note, these Huskarls have 13 attack. So they need a pretty good DRN roll to hit. The giants, though, have 18 attack. They should attack just fine. 19 attack. Yeah, 19 attack, 38 damage. They should all do just fine. One of the giants did get into my deer tribe, it looks like. Now, this could be a little bit replay bugged. That's fine. We'll be able to see the battle result after. Heavy infantry make contact with my deer tribe, which is very sad. Some of the giants are coming back to help. The Huskarls are struggling. They're just not getting the DRN rolls they need to punch through these unmarked. So he's killing my Huskarls, but my giants have done super solid so far. So let's speed it up a little. And the giants are coming down here to clear out the last of the sacreds. Okay. And so in a fairly bloody confrontation, here's the results. We kill 13 of 15 unmarks, which is great. These were very experienced unmarked. We did lose a horse tribe chief, which sucks. We lost our 3 barbarians, 14 deer tribe, and 9 of the Muspel Huskarls. We did have some retreats, but they all made it back safe, which is nice. And we wiped out this party of sacreds. Then we had an assassination attempt. Okay. We get a sectarian movement, which is kind of annoying. And we get disease, which costs us another 2k population. So the thing I do with sectarian movements is I often bump my PD up to 17. I think that's just enough patrol strength that you frequently find them, and it's enough to actually deal with it. So that's what I've done there. We're going to move in on the Bone Tribe finally. So we have 200 troops, lots of archers, lots of Huskarls. The Giants are kind of staying back a bit. This is a battle for the missile troops. We have a new party coming up. Some new stuff coming over here. We've decided to start a fort here. It's just a decent province that's away from our cap, so that's why we're building it there. In retrospect, maybe Dead Marshes would have been better to get the Lizard Shamans online in bigger quantities, or maybe Klon, which is a more centralized location. But I wanted it to be within walking distance of my cap, and maybe somewhat difficult for it to get elfed. So I kind of chose fairly far away from Vanheim. Now, with the victory in Satala, we get a glimpse of the Sitis cap. We see a Titan, which can definitely be pretty scary. We see elite warriors, which are definitely scary for our giants. And we see lizard chariots, which can be scary for our commanders. So we're going to attack away from that. We're not going to deal with that. This party is going to come back here. Just kind of be a little defensive. And we're going to move on Donnermark. So big attack on Donnermark. We're going to try and knock Femoria off of the fort. And then we'll try to take the fort. And that might actually be our first fort up. So that would be a turn 16 fort. Or turn 17, I guess, if we stormed it, cracked it, and stormed it. So it's been a hard time getting infrastructure up. But we can spend a lot of money in our cap, so it's okay. And we're coming up with some more commanders and some more giants and Huskarls. So I think that's what we're doing there. We've also started recruiting Ichthids when we have extra money. Eventually we want to take this underwater province. Okay, and it looks like we're not doing a ton of recruiting down here, or up here yet. We're mostly focused on Donnermark. And I think that's it for this turn. So I'll go ahead and see you in turn 17. All right, I've got turn 17 pulled up. So we've got 43 unrest in a province, which sucks. Looks like we won on Donnermark, so let's go ahead and check out the fighting. And it's just a commander. And somehow that got 5 of our deer tribe killed, probably from Hedoras, which is, it sucks, but it's all right. Then in Wicker Woods, we have our big fight with the Bone Tribe. Fair number of Bone Tribe. All right, and we do end up winning that. Costs us 4 lizard warriors, 4 archers, and 3 slingers, and some of our troops retreated. So we end up losing 8 more, but we do take out the Bone Tribe. All right, so with the Bone Tribe taken care of, we do notice the 120 unrest. We're thinking is probably, at first we thought it might be a brigand lair, but that's actually really fast unrest accumulation for a brigand lair. So it could actually be maybe like a I'm forgetting the name of the site, but something you would get a demon from that gives 10 unrest. So, but no, it's not the time to worry about that. We've got a war. So we're going to send some stuff here. I heard that Femoria was moving through the caves. So we're going to come up here to Klon. We can move down here to block if we need to. But it's also a reasonably fast way to get up to Donnermark. We've got another party coming in. Another party that's moving onto the fort. This will hold the fort if we fail. Another party coming into the swamp to guard a retreat route. Getting more ichthyds. And then we're also getting some giants and starting our first Jarl. And over here, we are getting a giant palisades and a temple. And we bump this up to 20 PD. So I think that's most of it for this turn. In turn, I guess this is a good checkpoint. No, we can do the checkpoint on turn 20. But we are going to storm the fort. This is our formation. We're going to do hold and attack rear with the giants. We're going to do hold and fire closest. We've got some long dead and some deer tribe. She's going to do air shield and spells. And we'll see how we do. I don't think there's much inside though. All right. So that's it for turn 17. I'll see you in turn 18. Okay, so here I've got turn 18. Find a labyrinth of skulls. We get some death gems, some earth gems, and we have a battle in Donnermark. So we go ahead and storm the fort. There's not much inside. There's a little party of lizard warriors and a shaman and a lizard chariot. Now the giants will wade, which is pretty nice. Some of them are sneaking in here. This one gets surrounded. And he dies. But yeah, now it's just cleaning up the wall garrison. Not a big deal. Alright. And we do in fact lose one Muspel giant. We lose some of our long dead and 2 of the Jura tribe. But we do take out the province. We take the fort, we kill a mage. Not great to lose a giant, but we'll deal. We've got a fort now, which is nice. A free fort. Or I guess we paid 140 gold in the form of a giant fort. What's nice about this Dominion that Satis is in is he went Heat 3. So our giants are actually fighting extremely well in this Dominion. And we've also got Luck 3 and Magic 3. Which means no negative scales to affect us. And now the positive scales are not going to affect us in this area, but Heat 3 is still really nice for our firepower. So we're doing great. I'm not feeling confident about taking on this Neater yet. It is an awake researcher. It could have a fair amount of research. So we're actually going to raid Iron Range, but we're going to do it with a smaller party. We're also going to start upgrading to a fortress. We're going to patrol out the unrest. And just kind of generally patrol. Then we're going to get some reanimation going. What I'm kind of waiting for is some of my missile troops to catch up. So we've got some of these guys coming up. We've got the giants are making it a little bit faster. Then we've got all the slingers and archers. All right. And we're doing a little bit of site searching. Labyrinth of Skulls, 1 death gem. We're finishing up our Jarl, and he's going to have a party to lead out. Got a few slingers here. Are we recruiting anything in the neighborhood? Not really. We are getting some Goaty Huskarls and a Muspelheim going, though, which is pretty nice. Being able to recruit on the front lines. And I think that's it for turn 18. Any mercs? We can see who owns the mercs here. And I think I'll just go ahead and jump into turn 19. We see no evidence of Femoria down here. But we're going to go ahead and continue charging north. All right, so I'll go ahead and see you in turn 19. Okay, and I've got turn 19 pulled up. So we cast reanimation, we do a bunch of site searching, don't find anything. Sucks. We do have a battle in Iron Range, so we're raiding Femoria. Sometimes you just got to raid through an enemy to get to another enemy. Alright. Then in Dragon Ridge, I'm going to clear out these independents. Got a bunch of heavy cav here, more than I thought. These giants are tanks, though. Alright. No losses. We get a bunch of misfortune. And our 17 PD does indeed patrol out this dirty group of heretics. All right. Okay, so what are we up to? We've raided Iron Range. We're moving out this Jarl and this party. They're going to go expand down here into these Kooni. With the Bless, they should be fine. We're building a temple here to get Shaman. Our Giant Palisades is 1 month remaining, which is great. We're going to go ahead and try to expand into the Sea of Karassos with our Ichthids. We are gathering in Donnermark as we continue upgrading to a fortress. We're 2 months away. Casting reanimation here. We still don't have a temple up here. I'm okay with this Dominion. I don't need my slightly worse scales up here just yet. So we're going to start getting some hurlers for Siege Chaff, some more Goaty House Scarls, and we're going to finish our Muspelheim. And we're also going to raid. So Giants have some pretty nice map move. So we're going to go ahead and raid into Epis and try to destroy this temple. Maybe he's just been staying in his cap, so maybe he won't come out to counter raid us. Or if he does come out to raid, maybe he'll go after Satala instead. So that's what we're thinking there. And then here's our cap recruitment. We're getting our first Muspelheim, I believe. So we'll have to see what her randoms are. And I think that's it for turn 19. So I'll go ahead and pull up turn 20. Okay, so I've got turn 20 here. And we get our first message from Femoria. Cut it out. I'm already fighting both Satis and Machaka, and taking advantage of new heat 4 scales is wrong. Sad face. Alright, so he's upset that I've attacked him. Probably because of he considered, maybe the Satis stuff was one thing, but maybe that Iron Ridge or whatever it was he considered that more his, so he's not wanting to get attacked. But I don't know. It's a small map, so we're gonna probably keep attacking. But we do get attacked in Satala, which is pretty cool. So Satis is raiding out. He's brought some lizard warriors. He's already got enchantment 5 with his Awake Researcher. So he's got a horde of skeletons and he's got some chariots. So he counter raids me there. We go ahead and move into Ebis. So we've got some giants. So we're targeting his temple here. Alright. We get attacked in Jelenia Agora. So he's telling us to cut it out, but then he attacks us with some villains. We'll see. I mean, they're just Victor's villains. I think they got patrolled out. And then in the Sea of Karassos, we go ahead and make a move on these sea trolls. All right. We get some misfortune. We are starving badly in Jelenia Agora. And we get Loki the Trickster. So here's Loki. Here's his description. He's Fire 3, Glamour 3, Blood 3 with Sailing, which is pretty cool. On this map, there is some opportunities for sailing. He is also a spy and causes unrest. I like him for his 21 research, so he's not going to move for now. We get our first Muspelheim, Fire 3, Air 2. A great evocation caster, also pretty good at research. Well, good for us, considering Drain 2, or Drain 1. Drain 2. So she's going to stick around and research. We ended up going Drain 2, Misfortune 1, Death 1, Turmoil 1. I'm really sick of running Misfortune 2, so I'm going to try Drain 2 this game. Alright. This is our next batch of recruitment. Our Jarl's going to go downstairs, kill the Ko-Oni. We've finished getting this. We can now get Shaman. We finished our fort, so we're getting a Jarl, who's a Holy One, and some Godi Huskarls, so we can get Jarls from there rather than from our cap now, so we can focus our cap on mage recruitment. Jelenia Agora is starving, but that's fine. We've got a lot of stuff here. So we're going to head on over to Donnermark. We're going to site search here and head over to Donnermark. And we're going to send our main force into Darkwoods. So we've got a fair amount of stuff here. We got a front with some Muspel Huskarls and the Godi Huskarls, and then we've got 3 squads of Muspel Giants, some skeletons, another squad of Giants in reserve, and some Deer Tribe. And we're going to go ahead and cut off Satis's cap in Darkwoods, probably rotate onto the cap. We've got a reinforcement group heading into here. We've got Hollow, the Barbarian, the Arena Champion. We've got some skeletons, some slingers. We're recruiting some Atavi here. We've bumped up the PD. We're hoping this is enough to defeat these elite warriors. We're also going to come back with our main group and defend the Atavi province. And that's because these Atavi chieftains are our only source of NDE scouts so far. And I really like the idea of these Atavi archers against Satis. We can recruit them right here too. So we're going to defend this province. And then if they want to keep pushing south, they can go ahead. But we're going to try and put the kibosh in their capital in the meantime. And as a response to Femoria, I said, I'm willing to stay east of your fort for now to not upset your war with Machaka, but I do want to attempt to finish off Satis if possible since he attacked me, which is true. I will not be denied my prize this game, unless Femoria stops me. And we can see some Machaka, Femoria province movement potentially. We're sending our scout to go investigate. All right. And then from what I've heard from Mannheim, he signed a NAP 3 with Machaka. So Machaka and Femoria are fighting. I'm fighting Satis. Vanheim is teching up. So he's doing a lot of research. And he's also doing some light raiding in the caves, but not too much. All right. So I think that's it for this turn. So we'll see if we catch this raiding party or if it goes to either one of these and does just fine. Although it'll get dangerously far away from capital that way. And then we'll have just one PD here. And then we're going to go into Darkwoods. And research here is a lot better. So we've got Drain 2 down here. Up here we have the equivalent of neutral. So we get 13 RP out of our 4-path mage. And in our Drain Dominion, we get 13 RP out of our 5-path mage. So pretty nice bump just for not being in our Dominion. So we're going to move into Darkwoods and move on to Satis. And we've got reinforcements on the way. Plenty of them. All right. So I think that's it for turn 20. In terms of graphs, we've got province count generally moving up, which is good. Fort slowly going up. Income slowly going up. Gem income, you have the variance from events, but it's slowly ticking up. Research now exists. And army size is, we've had a couple of downticks, but generally speaking, it's moving up. So yeah, I'll go ahead and see you in turn 21. Have a good one.